Travel isn't always pretty. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart. But that's okay. The journey changes you. It should change you. It leaves marks on your memory, on your consciousness, on your heart, and on your body. You take something with you. Hopefully, you leave something good behind. These words of the late and great Anthony Bourdain have always inspired us, but they now resonate in a more profound way. Sailing is our means of transportation, and the boat our platform from which to explore. We are now travelers, not tourists. Witnesses to different cultures, ways of living, eating, working, and playing. Attempting to understand what makes the world tick and talk, but also trying to gain a deeper comprehension of ourselves and identify what will satisfy that hunger for further exploration. Step by step, gaining a sure footing, wandering a bit further afield, trying to learn the rules of the road, meeting many closed doors, hoping eventually to push one open, to crack the code. You're an observer in these foreign places of daily life, without the smoke and mirrors of a tourism board or travel guide. A patina of years of pollution and grime creates a mask over once grand colonial construction. Chickens, roosters, pigs, and stray dogs meander through underbrush searching for scraps. Monkeys gobble up the succulent mangoes before property owners can blink an eye. Vines of the wild jungle creeping across the road are kept at bay with machetes, but the cacophony of ominous roars from the howler monkeys, sweet bird songs, and buzzing of unknown insects pervades the air, reminding us we are guests in this land. One day this is our reality, and the next we're in a modern city, countless amenities at our fingertips. Boat life is a world of extremes. One moment may be the most beautiful downwind sail or snorkeling an amazing reef, and the next may be a squall with thundering lightning, 35-knot winds, and 15-foot waves. During those uncomfortable times, we ask ourselves why we're doing this. The answer is not so clear. I want to be immersed in nature, marvel at the earth's creations, the lush jungle and wild animals, dynamic coral reefs and fascinating sea life, and connect with different people to try and see the world through their eyes. We're finding that Panama is also a place of contrast. We're staying in Linton Bay near the small town of Puerto Lindo, a remote area bordered by inaccessible jungle and the sea, where chickens crossing the street, goats and cows munching on grass are the norm. Panama City, 70 miles away, is the complete opposite. A vibrant metropolis nestled in between the jungle and the ocean with modern architecture, a charming historical neighborhood, and the most incredible seafood market we've ever seen. There's a stark contrast between this city and where we've been staying, which makes its role as a bridge between North and South America even more evident.
Today we are in Panama City. We have just 24 hours. We're excited to check out Panama City. It's the financial capital of Central America. It's on the Pacific Ocean, nestled in between the ocean and the jungle. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. First stop of the day is the Mercado de Mariscos, the seafood market.
Apparently, the word Panama is derived from an indigenous word meaning abundance of fish. Bordered by the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, the name seems appropriate. We were curious to see this bounty even if we didn't have a kitchen to prepare it in. Built with the help of the Japanese government as part of an amicable agreement between the two countries, the market is a seafood lover's mecca. Countless types of fish, the most popular being corvina, a type of sea bass, shrimp, squid, octopus, conch, shellfish, crab, lobster, all at incredible prices, especially compared to what we see in the US, where a man can fillet a fish faster than I can eat one bite. And we came face to face with the largest fish we'd ever seen.
What'd you think?
Love the fish.
It is incredible. We saw some absolutely huge fish. They were like 10 feet, right?
Yeah, and the price is just incredible.
Oh, I know. Most of the corvina, which is sea bass, is $2 a pound. Most of the was like $2 a pound.
3, 4, maybe 5 for tuna.
Yep, but really super affordable and just extremely fresh.
Delicious.
You can also have ceviche here, but we just ate breakfast. Rookie move.
Huge difference in tide between the Pacific side and the Atlantic side. Maybe 2 feet on the Atlantic and a lot on the side.
This is the harbor where fishermen come to sell their catch, but because it's low tide, the boats are sitting in the mud. The tides are definitely something we need to keep in mind when we cross over to the Pacific. Across the causeway is the Casco Viejo neighborhood, a historical gem. With the guidance of a few locals, we made our way over to the charming district. A beautiful mix of architecture provides eye candy around every corner.
Oh my God, it's pouring.
Yeah, because the clouds coming.
The rain in Panama is serious. It is absolutely downpouring. Fortunately, we are under this umbrella here, so we're staying mostly dry.
Fortunately, we had already planned to have lunch with Fabio's friend who would be picking us up momentarily. We did walk through Casco Viejo later that evening, and its historical charm left such an impression. I know we'll be back for a more extensive experience. If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel.
So, what's the story?
We got it right.
We got our own wheels.
We got our own ride.
And what else?
You have fake steering. I'm the only one that can.
Aw, man. We are taking a lovely bike ride, if you can call this a bike. Uh-oh. Don't crash.
How do we get off this thing?
I don't know. Uh-oh. Over there.
Oh.
Okay, so we're taking a lovely bike ride on the Amador Causeway.
That's good.
Yeah, things are a little dicey. This is the Amador Causeway.
Yeah.
And at one time it was a US military base. They originally built the causeway to serve as a breakwater for all of the ships that were in the area. And now they have paved the road, and it's a beautiful little biking area.
And I'm on the other pedaling.
And Fabio's the only one pedaling. I'm pedaling too, but this is the Biomuseo, designed by Frank Gehry.
Inside the Biomuseo are exhibits on the remarkable biodiversity of Panama's forests and oceans, as well as the isthmus's role as a biological bridge between North and South America.
I'm gonna park for a second, take in the vista.
A huge thank you to our patrons. We are so grateful for your support. If you'd like real-time updates and additional content, consider joining the Harbors Unknown community on Patreon.
A beautiful view of the city behind Fabio.
The Amador Causeway was built with the rock extracted during the excavations from the Panama Canal and now serves as a beautiful boardwalk where people can socialize, dine at a variety of restaurants, watch the constant flow of cargo ships entering the Panama Canal, and enjoy a spectacular view of the city's skyline.
Go, 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 go. This isn't really the most efficient bicycle, but it is fun. Hill. Uh-oh. Oh God. Nice steering. gorgeous view. We made it! Oh my god. Okay.
I'm in trouble.
After such excruciating physical activity, we felt we deserved a beer, so we headed back over to the Casco Viejo to indulge in a cold beverage.
Cheers to a well-served beer. Good.
Delicious.
We have a little bit more time before our flight this afternoon, so we wanted to check out the Parque Metropolitano. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but it's basically the Metropolitan Park right at the edge of Panama City. We've been dying to do a hike in the jungle since we've been here, so we figured this will give us a little taste. Let's go.
Despite being so close to the city, this park is home to 227 bird species, 45 mammals, 36 kinds of snakes, and 14 kinds of amphibians. There are about 284 plant species, including trees that reach between 100 and 115 feet high. It gives you an idea of what the area would look like without humanity's intervention.
Tons of little turtles in here, and they're all swimming over. I think people must feed them. And we just saw a lizard walk on water. He ran across the surface. I wish we caught it.
Panama City, Jungle City.
Oh boy, it's coming close. I don't have any food for you. You're very cute.
This cutie is a coati, an agile animal related to the raccoon.
Panama. Here the jungle is untamed and unkempt. On our daily walks with Yoda, it's impossible to miss the howling monkeys who are observing us with curiosity, picking at the abundant mangoes while grooming each other. Native to Central America, the howling monkeys are famous for their loud howls, which resonate through the dense forest. The first time we heard the eerie growl was during our trip to Guatemala, walking around at the Mayan pyramids in Tikal. That was a time of tourism for us, and the skeptic narrative of my mind, framed by visits to Disney theme parks, imagined strategically placed loudspeakers broadcasting the roar of a Tyrannosaurus Rex from the movie Jurassic Park. I keenly searched for the speakers and totally missed the monkeys. The eye doesn't see what the mind doesn't know. Expectations alter our reality. During a morning walk in Linton Bay, I was captivated by one particular animal who was staring at me without moving. It was holding its gaze like I was the only being in the forest. It was Kristen who, taking a photo with a telelens, finally truffled away the fairy tale of my imagination. This was the corpse of an old primate hanging from a branch in the still air, firmly held by the grip of rigor mortis. The genuine representation of existence, life and death, waiting to serve the relentless merry-go-round of nature. Not Disney. Here again, my mind's eye had to adapt to the reality of what I was observing. Okay, I do need glasses, but the point I want to make is that the subconscious may be flooded with preconceptions, unaware of anxiety-provoking biases, unable to discern who is sounding the terrifying howls we hear in the jungle of our conventional daily life, at the water cooler, on the news. In this jungle, I can find clarity and finally learn to recognize a Tyrannosaurus Rex from a monkey, especially a dead one. A walk down the dock brings us back to the bar with one brand of beer and simple food. Here are mosquitoes and no-see-ums on your ankles. We see the plastic tables next to cruisers who stopped here decades ago, romantically inspired in a quest for freedom from the 9-to-5, now spending drowsy afternoons milling about the boatyard and having late-night conversations fueled by the local stimulant leaf. The beer is cold, cheap, and goes down unpretentiously. Everything is spectacularly real and unfiltered. I wonder, is this what I was looking for? Some of it is. I love the feeling of being lost in a different world, reliving the emotions of the 18-year-old version of myself hitchhiking to Europe. So different from what I have become in my life since the day I put down my guitar and chose medical school. And some of it is not. I need purpose beyond these lazy afternoons. I need to discover what is next as I'm looking straight into the eyes of an unpredictable and exciting future. A thought is gnawing in my stomach. Does the world still need me? Am I contributing enough by sharing this journey?
And so we continue exploring, but for the moment, the reality of boat life is that we're waiting to be hauled out of the water to paint the bottom and do some other jobs. People do not choose to visit this area, as there's really not much going on, but we wander about with intrigue, each experience teaching us more about ourselves and leaving another clue as to why we are doing this. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.